Death is inevitable, but preventable deaths is really devastating.
How do we get them to be reintegrated into the system? Back again, those who quit schools? How do we get them really?
This development we are doing is okay with them or they will know. One of the things is we have to look at community dialogue. We have to talk to the community, tell them that this is very important. If you make use of it, it's ours, it's yours.
Currently, Kora is faced with challenges such as sanitation and malnutrition. Sanitation in the sense that there are a lot of glitterings and animal dump lying around in their villages.
Some of our solutions, what we need to start with is awareness creation. That is infant and child feeding practice that we are going to sensitize the community on. Easy detection of malnutrition.
This is the smiling coast of Africa, and of course it is where the voice of the youth takes place. This is season 3 and we're super excited to bring you another exciting edition of this very breathtaking experience.
Well, hello Muloshi. Guess where I am? It's fun out here and we wish you were here.
I am the youth man, the one and only youth man who is over 65.
I am 100% sure that inshallah we will make this and we will be victorious.
Swiftly moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to invite the next team on stage. We would now like to call on Team USET to come on stage. A round of applause for Team USET. Team USET. Their project concentrates on the Vendebedare and is on malnutrition. Well. I love what you're wearing. Nice helmets, by the way. Okay, great, guys. We'll give you guys a welcome. How are you guys feeling? Good? Okay, so we'll take the same routine. You introduce yourselves, tell us what you're studying, and we also want to know the coach of the team.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cecilia Anjao. I am studying Diploma in Architecture in USET. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yankuba Jata. I studied architecture at USET.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Kerijatu Davo, studying technician in construction at USET.
A nice one. And you?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Asan Jaju, a graduate in electrical and electronic engineering in USET.
Wow, thank you. A round of applause for Team USET, ladies and gentlemen. And hence your platform is on malnutrition, which is the Vendebedare. What language is this? I want to hear you. That's in Fula. Yeah, what does it actually mean in Fula?
It means community development.
Community development. And since you guys have been in that community, are the people of the community helping you develop their own community?
Yes.
How are they doing this?
Okay, when we first went to Bohum Kunda, the people were very welcoming. They showed us a lot of hospitality. So at first when we met, they showed us where the alcalo was. We met the alcalo, have a discussion with him, and then the whole community also were present while the discussion was on. So the next day when we were going to the garden, they were with us as at that time, and then we were all doing the plowing at the plowing all together as a community, because we believe that Bohum Kunda is our own village. So we are also from Bohum Kunda.
All right, thank you very much. Well said. Last, fun fact question. Would you say was your favorite meal in Bohum Kunda? Your favorite meal? This is about malnutrition. So what's your favorite meal in Bohum Kunda?
Okay, all they know in Bohum, they depend on coos and maize.
But what was your favorite?
My favorite meal was the lachiri.
Lachiri, aha. Where are the fullers? You're all here. All right, then, judges, are you ready for Team USET? And your time starts now.
Good evening, judges, guests, fellow participants, and everyone present. I am Kerijatu Dabo from Team USET. Our thematic is health, and our problematic is what is the solution to malnutrition. I was born in Sare Bohum. From birth till my 40s, I thought in the Gambia, the only mean of consumption was maize and cows. According to statistics from NANA, Sare Bohum is one of the most malnourished communities in the Gambia. Statistics has proven that 1 in every 3 children globally are malnourished. This is alarming. A solution needs to be done, and Team USAID are the solutionists. We move. First, we start giving you the malnutritional status of children and women in the Gambia. We have 5% of the children in the Gambia that are wasted, 12% that are underweight, and 18% that are stunted. We also have 14% of the women that are overweight and 36% that are underweight. Population of Bohum Kunda. Bohum Kunda has a total population of 1,540 people, 49% of which are children, 35% of which are youths, and 16% of which are the elderly. Some of the problems that leads to the problems in malnutrition in Bohum Kunda include limited access to clean water, inaccessibility to healthcare system, lack of fruits and vegetables, imbalanced diet, poor transportation network. As you said, these are some of the solutions that we want to provide. We want to have a short-term plan that is, as Team you said, we are certain that before December, we are going to achieve all our short-term plan. We are starting by awareness creation, gardening, poultry house, cooking practice, food preservation and fortification, and marketing. Then in the long run, Team USAID believe that for the project to be sustained, we need to put something in place. Therefore, we come up with the solution of providing them with a fish pond, a pipe-borne water, a clinic renovation, and a tree planting. Because we feel that despite the fact that the garden is having a borehole, but if the community don't have means of water, they will depend on the garden. To sustain that, we need to provide them with pipe-borne water. We move. These are some of the activities that we did in Bohum Kunda. First, we met the Alcalo. From there, we met the VDC chairperson and village elders. We went for a house-to-house visit to sensitize the people on our mission. And we also met the youths, the women, and the children of the community. Team USAID didn't stop there. We also, from our predecessors, they were able to acquire a land of 150 by 72 meters. And they were able to fence 72 by 76 meters, where the land is already fenced and the borehole is dug.
Thank you very much, Team USAID. Your time is up. A round of applause for Team USAID, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we'll hear from the person who just gave the pitch, and now we'd like to turn on to the screen now and watch the video from Team USAID in Bohum Kunda, URR.
Ala bismillah. Sare Bohum Jang.
Our project is Fedda Bayrare, that means community development. Our thematic is malnutrition, and the community called Sare Bohum.
Gilingardon do an Sare nde, be fof be ngoni anni e goto kulle gollude gadino e gollude bamtare Sare nde. Parce que on darni do committee mo ganduda ko committee bamtowo Sare nde hajuji Sare di midon wiya bismillah modo.
When we came, the community were very welcoming about the project. They themselves tell us that they need a garden.
Neɗɗo wawata wonde neɗɗo timmuɗo tawa harani.
Gila debore du hay cukaye si yeehi ha Allah waɗi garden tabbiti ko woni e garden e ñamateri ndi si a ñaami ɗum hokkat debore du o vitamin hokka ɗum doole ɓiɗɗo heɓa doole to reedu to e cukale ɗe ɗen kadi Allah hokkat ɗe cellal hokkat ɗe laaɓal hokkat ɓe kisal.
The community really appreciates the initiative. When we came and talked to them and the Alcalo, they were very happy that we come up with an initiative. We explained everything, why we came here and why we think it's necessary for us to step in and help. We did really appreciate and allocate us with a land to use as a garden.
Golle moɗon de mbaɗino fayda hilirowani ndu suudu noosiɓe waɗi jamanu taw suudu noosiɓe ndu nduy waɗi probléme mawɗo par ce que nduy asino gayɗe molanaɗe ɗum ko projet o walli yimɓe a fewni suudu noosiɓe ndu Allah waɗi noon ha hikka kadi on gardi he woɓɓe
gogo min ngala ndiyam ɗiɗi ñamanteri manki tati o hay yadu lopitan miɗen jahan koma min mbaɗe sarataji egge geng.
Some of the constraints we have has to do with transportation. In order to go to the market and come back, you have to wake up as early as 6 so that you can be able to reach your destination. And if you are ready with everything that you have to do, you have to wait till 5 o'clock in the evening that the vehicles are coming so you can join and come back. The other problem we had has to do with communication, because the moment you reach the community, there is no network. There is no way a person can call and get through you. There is no way when the two of you can communicate when the other one is here and the other one is there.
Sin. Don't ko Senegal tawa. Don't ni wada lumo. Simi toili nyamanteri wondi minjak sin. Ko Senegal tawa. Wadan no boni.
Some of the methods, the means that we use to tackle the problem is either we climb high trees so we can get network, or we use 3G to 2G so we can be able to make communication.
I'm here to present a proposed poultry design which we intend to build right here. Firstly, we have the 3D view of the proposed poultry design. And here we have the floor plan, the working drawing for the proposed poultry. And the next page is the section view, showing you more details about the poultry from the foundation to some part of the interior and basically the structural design of the poultry. And the next paper is the section showing you the other part of the poultry which you might not see in the first section.
O project wona project mo ganduɗa I waɗe finan, wona project mo ganduɗa yoɓe lewru, ko volunteer project.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Team USET. But before you guys leave, who was the one sitting on the floor? That was you. How did you feel when you were sitting on the floor? I mean, what happened?
I felt devastated because we were caught up in the traffic and we didn't have means of transportation to take us back to Basse. We were there for maybe around 8 without having a vehicle to Basse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that. Okay, thank you very much, Team USET. We wish you the very best of luck then. Thank you very much. Round of applause as they leave the stage. Team USET, Fede Bedare. And now, last but not least, of course, we would like to call on the next team on stage, and that is Team IOU. A round of applause for Team IOU. How are you doing, Team IOU?
We're fine.
Looking very green and black, very nice. Okay, I want you to also follow the same routine we had with the rest of the team members. Introduce yourself, tell us what you're studying, and please let us know who the coach of the team is. So we start from you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, good evening. I am Binta Jaite, a student of IOU, studying computer science.
Thank you. Next person, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam.
I am Yankuba Sanyang, the Yankuba. I pursue a degree in mathematics.
Thank you very much. Next person, please.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum to you all. I am Seidu DM Kamara, pursuing my bachelor's in business administration, second year student.
Thank you very much. Next person, please.
Good evening. I am Udo Gandoba, serving as a team coach. I had my first degree in economics and management.
Well, thank you very much. Now, you are concentrating on exploitation of school-going children. I know in places like the CRR, sometimes we tell them people about these things. Most people are not really receptive, and most people are also in denial that this is not really happening in my area. What are some of the constraints you guys face with regards to some of these things?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. It is obvious that our topic is very, very complicated. And then looking at it at a wider perspective, it's actually happening at worldwide, not only in the Gambia here, but in our scope of community that is at Kudang. Like when we went there first, it was kind of hard to identify those victims, but then we assured them that this is for their own good, And then we are brothers and sisters. As a person from Sierra, of course, I grew up there and then I know the culture there. So there are things that people tend to hide from society. They don't want to talk about it. But then we speak to them in a language that they understood. In that regard, we are able to get to this level.
All right, then. Thank you very much, and well done with regards to that. Judges, are you ready for them? Judges say they're ready. Are you guys ready for the judges?
Yes.
All right, then please take the floor. And so on my count, your time starts now.
Assalamu alaikum. We are Team IOU. Our project is Fantanko for child welfare. But first, we look at the trending causes. The cause number one would be power relation. This is apparent in schools. Teachers are always in control. Students' need for marks cannot be overemphasized, and teachers would take this as an advantage to lure them into sexual activities. But not just that, even in our homes, we have uncles and big brothers who groom little children, doing all such favors for them, only to eventually have them in their beds. This has to take us to the next point, which is, of course, poverty. Children could be seen selling in the streets to make ends meet for their family, while perpetrators use this as an advantage to lure them into sexual activities. But now, what do we have? What is our goal as Team IOU? This will lead us to our innovative solutions. The first thing we would like to do is actually to capacitize targeting students and teachers, also to engage students in the poetry, debate, and drama competitions so as to expose them to the realities of sexual exploitation and abuse. And again, we would also like to engage the community on a dialogue, including the security personnel in this village, students, and even teachers, so they understand that PSEA is actually a collective responsibility. Now, the next point would be for the fact that we are allocated a land at Kudang. 15 victims were identified. One was already enrolled at IOU to study the intensive English program. 3 were enrolled back to school. Now the rest, we are planning to build a skill center for them who, due to their circumstances, cannot go back to school, so as to empower them with entrepreneurship training. And the next point would be, what have we done? We have visited the community of Kudang, the Alcalo, the school management, and also the VDC chairperson. And the next thing we have done absolutely is we capacitize 50 people, including 15 teachers and 35 students on mechanisms of controlling sexual exploitation and abuse. The penultimate slide would actually lead us to our partners. So who are our partners? These are the partners here, and of course, the last 2 partners are the partners we made this year. All the others were absolutely inherited ones. Inshallah, now to the last slide, we have I am the solution. Are you? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Team USET. Team IOU. Team IOU. A round of applause for Team IOU, ladies and gentlemen. And right now what we want to do is take a look on the screen again and see what their project has been.
Welcome to Kudang. We are happy to see you. The project at Kudang, of course, is named after a Mandinka term called Fantanko, Fantanko for child welfare.
The impact of this project is a lifetime happiness.
We used to experience a lot of child pregnancy, but when this project came here, that number has drastically reduced. Because most of the time when we come from holidays, so when we come, we experience a lot of girls that are pregnant, but this year, none at all.
It's not easy, especially when you're working at a particular community that you don't belong. But then, alhamdulillah, since we came, though we're facing challenges, but the people here are very, very much loving and then kind.
Project has begun last year with our predecessors. We are continuing from where they stopped. We've come up with several mechanisms as to how the events or the activities will unfold this year.
Yesterday, they had a little workshop here, and it's a training about teachers and students. it has a very good impact on the student because he told me it's going to be 2-3 hours, but it took the whole day. This program is helping them to know more about boys and even their teachers.
On Wednesday when we came here, actually our member, Pinta Jait, she actually got sick. We believe in teamwork and then this was a pre-planned activity.
Nafa bala soto, dinno ngala me alongo kata karambunga do. Because kabren last year, serum ibotaja, mol manku kote moy, me alongo, walem komi sungutin non ka finde karambunga do. Fentem fokono mandiro ten, o nyapin kangol ten. Andung ilawo fonge mul ma koy bakele sembodi dinno ngala me alongo kata karambunga do.
Most of the students that were exploited, we actually managed to bring them back to school.
We would basically be capacitizing the children and the community members, including staff, the security. And then also we have so many plans of rehab for the very victims that were identified last year, building them skill centers for those who were not able to come back to school last year, but then they can do something with their lives, so building them skill center. And again, community bakery is also a target to support these very victims that have come back to school and as a sustainability plan.
Any perpetrator that is found guilty of such kind of things, there are repercussions that are attacking.
Kabirin last year project woni betama kana for this year, and then mole ku jamale karanje ni nata community la Karola kudana Karola. Kabil last year in nata sexual exploitation of school going children. Mem fan makola nyadle pour que ni stop na community kono. Kabirin last year e sensitization jamale ke kana for bi. And kabil last year kana for bi ni ajibe in sexual exploitation of school going children kudan sara konjang atalata me o sabu wala sensitization men ke sato kono ke bo funding golla Karola kabin nata sato kono na mutam bultanim fulola ko dalilo me si jang ni sato kono jang o projet gol me nati jang na tako o projet gol fon letamo alle bakela janne itel bitale e batula sato kono jang telambe ben ala men munna fa o projet gol so na mutam bultanim fulo naje ko o projet gol is successful.
The first time I speak to a victim was really something sad because it felt like it was me or it is my younger sister that has been put into that corner. I owe a lot to the entire Gambia, not only this community, but wherever it's happening. As a youth, I believe I have responsibilities. I have to put my quota to ensure that these kind of things are not happening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Team IOU. Thank you very much, Team IOU. You may take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from all 5 teams. Team UTG, based in Korakunda, CRR. Their project is on the water project. MDI, Karangbunda project, and they're based in Jarasoma. Gambia College, URR, based in Sutukonding, and their project is on the Mbama Care Package. Team number 4, USET, Fende Bedare, malnutrition, and they're based in Bohum Kunda. And the 5th team, IOU, is centered on sexual exploitation of school-going children, and they're in CRR, in a place called Kudang. We've heard from all these 5 teams, and I'm sure you're all touched, and I'm sure you've all learned something new. Let's give a round of applause for these young people here. Sometimes it's good to sit here at home, if you're in the urban area, and just think every other thing is going to go smooth for any other person that's not within your reach. But once you are not there, it's really, really hard. And I can say, for me, it's a testimony. Because before I even went up country, thanks to Sona and the team, the Social Change Factory team, before we went up country, I didn't really think some of these things was really a big problem as it was. But being on the ground, seeing and experiencing, I knew something had to be done. And to see young people who are dedicated to serving their country, volunteering their time and energy to make some things better in this country is really something that's worth commending. So again, I would like all of us to please stand and give a round of applause for these young people. Let us stand and please give them a round of applause. I mean, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the service. We really appreciate you. Let's make some noise for them. Thank you very much. You may take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for doing this for me, doing this for them. And in as much as you are continuing to serve God, you continue to serve your country, that no matter what happens here, even if you may emerge as a winner or you don't win anything, I know you guys will sleep happy and sleep fulfilled, knowing you have done something for the country. And I'm sure it will not even just stop there, whether you were a winner or not. The project will definitely continue, and I'm very sure you will definitely do something. In as much as you're not a winner, or even if you're a winner, you will do something in your own little way to make sure that someone out there really gets something better from this project. I want to say thank you very much for doing this for the country. And now, right now, what we want to do is we want to listen to a short message from an ambassador of the Social Change Factory. This person calls himself the Youth Man. If you're wondering who the Youth Man is, well, let's look at the screens and hear from the Youth Man.
Hi. I want to start by appreciating the organizers of the Voice of the Youth competition, and also for identifying me as their ambassador. I understand this is the first time that an ambassador is being identified, and it is both an honor and a privilege to be identified as your ambassador. It is very obvious that there's no coincidence, because I am the Youth Man, the one and only Youth Man who is over 65. I would like to start by apologizing also for not being present at the inaugural ceremony. It is for good reasons that I cannot attend. I cannot physically attend, but emotionally I am attached and I am with you all the way. This is very important competition amongst the youth at this age, those who are in schools of tertiary. It's very important because it brings about experience exchanges. It also brings around good cooperation, culturally also, and civic action. This is something that we have done at your age. We've had competitions at this age, mainly debates, which is very intellectual, and it has helped develop us who we are today. So I would like to encourage you that you do this because it increases competence, self-esteem, it develops skills and also knowledge. So please, don't only see this as a mere competition, but it will add value to your lives as you go through to probably our age and beyond. I would also like to appreciate all the teams that are taking part in this. I would like to wish you all the best as you go through this, and I hope that one of you, or not only I hope, but I know that one of you will emerge the winner. But for those who are seen as losers, you are all winners. That's what happened in competition. It is done in good spirit, and one will emerge as the winner and others will follow. So at the end of the day, all of you are winners. This is something that is very progressive in a country that is developing like the Gambia. You must be brought up to develop this spirit of competitiveness, because you are living in a world that is very competitive today, that is borderless. Whatever skills you are developing now, you can use it anywhere in the world. Even let's bring it closer to home. Africa today has a population of 1.2 to 1.4 billion, and you are one African out of those. Beyond Africa, in the sub-region that we are living in, it's a population of about 400 million people, and you are only one of them. Within the Senegambian sub-region, it is a population of under 20 million, and you are only one of them. But be that one that is competitive enough at the global level. We have seen people like yourselves who are from Gambia or from Senegambia that have gone into the world to top global organizations. We have seen people like Amadou Mahtar Mbow from Senegal. We have seen people like Lamine Diack of the Olympics, the late Lamine Diack. These are all late. But from the Gambia, we have seen people as recent as Mrs. Fatou Bom Bensouda, who was the prosecutor at the ICC, International Criminal Court. There are others but I just want to go, I don't want to go on naming all of them. But here you are, today you are seeing yourself as a young person at your age, but whatever is being done now is to develop your capacity so that you can be at that level. So good luck to all of you, and I will see you at the finals, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a message from the youth man himself, Mr. Mustafa Njai, CEO, TAF Africa Global. How did that make you feel? You know, looking at these young people, they could have been here, but now they went up country to do some of these things. How did that make you feel?
Well, thank you very much. I think a very big thank you to the Social Factory team, and certainly to all the participants, that did these wonderful presentations. I think the difference here is this is not just someone or a group of people with an idea and a beautiful write-up and presenting for a 5 minutes or a 10 minutes period. But this is young people going out there and living the experience. And I think that's the whole difference, actually that it takes, that boldness, probably for some of them, this was the first time going beyond the Brikama, and going all the way to Sudukonding or to Sudukoba, whatever you call it. I've been to those places, and even spending an hour or 2 or 3 in that heat, it's something else. Not to talk of spending a day, 2, 3, and really working with those communities and providing solutions. I think it's quite great. And you can see the happiness in the faces of the community members. How much they appreciate what we are doing and how much they are willing to contribute. And this helps in terms of sustainability because they believe it's theirs. I had one of the alcalos in Fula saying it's, well, I can't speak Fula, but I can understand him talking about voluntary and whatsoever. It means they are volunteering. And you as individuals are equally helping, to volunteer for them. So you can see how much, they really appreciate what we are doing for them. The women gardens. These are women who are out there. They really want to do a lot for themselves. But there is no garden, or if there is a garden, there is no water. But here we are, really going down there, looking at solutions, how we work with them, and provide solutions to problems. These are problems that happen to them, or problems that they encounter day in, day out. For any country that has developed, or countries that have rapidly developed over the past 50 years or so, go back and ask. It has been people believing in themselves, one, but believing in homegrown solutions and not really waiting for people, to come from wherever it might be, Babylon or whatever you call it, to come and address those solutions. But people believing in themselves that there is a problem here, and we as a community or we as young people can come together and address this. And I think this is what we are doing. And at our level of, for me as the director, it gives me a strong belief and a strong sense of honor, of the readiness and the willingness of young people of today to really address the problems that we have, to ensure together as a people we are able to address the concerns that we have. And whosoever is coming on board finds us moving and only complements what we do, and not the reverse. That is, the donor doing a 90% and us only, complementing the donor. It cannot be the order of the day. It has to be us doing the 90% and the donor only coming in to contribute, but not the reverse. And I think with what we're seeing today, I think we are all hopeful that we can together get the Gambia where we want it to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See, when you are passionate about youth work, this is what happens. I'm going to speak to one last person. But before I speak to the last person, Balde, I realize in the team members are called hummingbirds. Where are the hummingbirds? I'm only seeing 2. Where are the hummingbirds? Okay. Where are the scammers? You see? This is what I wanted to know. There are hummingbirds and there are scammers. So the hummingbirds, I saw a few hands. When I said, where are the scammers? 800 hands went up. But I want you to tell us so far, how do you feel? I mean, working on this project as project manager.
Andy, I think I want to say that I feel super happy to start with. And I think my happiness would really be explained at the end of the whole project. But for now, I want to say that this is a dream come true for me. From last year, I've been telling the team that was coordinating the Voice of the Youth that I really want to be part of your team. And, you know, Kinta, the project coordinator last year, she would always receive texts and calls from me to say that I want to join your team, I want to join your team. Because I felt that this is one of the ways that I can use to play my part in the development of our country. Of course, we have several ways of doing that, but I felt that working with youths that are determined and that already have a sense of direction for their country, looking at all the projects that were displayed here today. So I think it's a moment of happiness, even though I had a very emotional evening with my team. You should know that I have a very beautiful team already. If people out here don't know, I want to say it to you all that I have a very beautiful team. I wouldn't be able to pull this out if it was not for them, actually. So I want to appreciate their efforts as well. And to the teams, whatever happens here is something that we are expecting. But I want to tell them that this is a start. They should brace up and, of course, work towards getting the bigger work done by December. Even though the time is very short, we feel that with the determination they started with, they should be able to do something. It was done last year, and I think they would be able to do better.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Sona. We have spoken to different people from the audience. We've spoken to the project manager. The teams have delivered. But now we want to go to the judges and hear what they have to say. You are watching Voice of the Youth, brought to you by Social Change Factory. Please stay with us. You see, I don't like it when judges smile. I don't like it. I don't like it. It makes me nervous, so nervous. I don't like when they smile. You know, it's like a doctor. When a doctor is coming to you, what's that? Oh, there's no sound. When a doctor is coming to you with some bad news, you know they don't come like this. They come, hi, so we just went through your lab results, but now it looks like you have 3 days to live. You know, that's how they give you news. But anyway, our judges did a very good job. I'm sure, I don't know. You'll make my joy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Andy. And thank you very much, everyone, for being part of this change factory process. We want to say first, congratulations to all the team. You guys have definitely done a remarkable work. I mean, social entrepreneurship is not an easy thing to do. I mean, we do it. We work innovative spaces. We work in all 4 regions in the country, except URR, and we know how hard it is to actually even program social entrepreneurship ideas or even go through everything. So well done, everyone. You've done a fantastic job. So we are going to start by giving comments. This whole thing is not ending today. We are informed that this is just one step of the evaluation process, and then you will go to the next step where we will go with you to the field to actually see with our eyes what you are actually implementing in the community, and perhaps also assess by talking with some of the beneficiaries that you have actually impacted on their lives. Yeah, so we are saying that this is not the end of the evaluation process. We are going to give you comments that is just for you guys to work on areas we think needs improvement. Generally, no matter how good a job is, it is never 100%. It's only Allah that does that, and we are only human beings, so we will give you comments on areas you need to improve. Thank you very much, and over to Aisha.
Okay, thank you very much. As my colleague here mentioned, this is not the end of it. You might receive good comments, and at the same time, you might receive bad comments, but don't take that as something that is bringing you down. Take it as a motivation, and go back to the field, do wonders, and come back here and take whatever you wish to take. So we will start by giving you comments. After that, we will announce the final results. First to Team UTG. Well done, you did well. I must say you did very well because going to the field and working with the community is not easy. So far, as I said, you did well, but 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 the sustainable mechanisms, I think you need to work on the sustainable mechanisms that you want. If you want to come here next time and then take home something, so I believe you need to work on the sustainable mechanism and also the social impact. I believe the social impact was kind of weak for me, so the social impact too need to be addressed, and also the risks involved and the risk management in the field. You need to mention all that. So you take note and then go back to the field, do wonders on the comments I gave you here right now, and I will go to Team MDI. Team NDI, you also did well. Like I said, going to the field is not easy. Working with the community is not easy as well. So I will give you a few comments, which is also the sustainable mechanisms and the risks involved and risk management. You all should take note on that because it's really important if you are building up a project. You need to know the sustainable mechanisms because you will not want to go back to the community next 2 years and find the project no one is using it or it's not in good condition. So you have to put in sustainable mechanisms. Also to Gambia College, Team Gambia College, this is my comment. So is it possible to make zero maternal mortality rate? So you think about that, maybe you can come up with a better comment, but I don't think, maybe it's possible, nothing is impossible, but really I don't think it's even right to say zero maternity. You can do it, and honestly, but it's just my comment. And also the social impact is weak as well. The risks involved and risk management, you need to work on that too as well. So from there, going to USET. I must say, you also did very well, but I'm very much happy with your approach. I was a development studies major. We believe in grassroots, everything we do, we believe in grassroots level. So you went down to the people of the community and asked them what their needs are and also work on those needs. So I must really commend you for that. You really did well. The community development is really evident in your project. Also, yeah, I think basically that's it, the grassroots level. And last but not the least, the IOU. You also did well. Yeah, I believe every team did well. You also did well, but the sustainable mechanisms and the social change to the community were not also addressed. And the statistics, that is before and after your project involvement. You need to work on those ones too. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Aisha, for the good job. So as you can see, we were 3 in number, but Usman had to leave us. He has already done his evaluations, and he gave us all his grades and his comments. So I'm just going to summarize my comments plus his comments together, just so we have a fair representation of the 3 of us. So I'm going to start with Team UTG. Team UTG, who is trying to address, actually your project is on a water project, and I really like the fact that you identify a problem, not just based on like what water is, lack of water is given. You did your market research, which was really very commendable, and then you went beyond and above by, in fact, utilizing the water to explore its value chain. One that is to go into doing gardening, which will provide another aspect of livelihood. Well done, thank you. However, our observation is that you did not give us any financial model or revenue model. Now, okay, I think I was part of the trainers, and this I was like emphasizing and emphasizing. When you do pitching, your main target is the audience, because you are selling a product, or a service. Therefore, you're going to tell a story that will make your audience to love to invest into your project. Because if you don't have money, you can't do this. If Social Change Factory tells you how hard they work to get money from the French embassy, you won't believe it. You need to give all evidence that even themselves, you're adding value to them. Because they don't want to invest money in any project where people will say, this French embassy, they are crazy, or we don't like them. So that's why it's very key, if you finish your problem statement, and then you do your solution statement. Your solution statement was very clear, but there was no financial or revenue model, and therefore, it drags, that kind of impact drags into the risk mitigation. Because then the people, if you exit, you will exit. Projects don't last forever. They have a time bound, and that's why they are called interventions. So you will exit. How are they going to continue this important intervention that you've done in their communities? So that's something, those are comments that we want to highlight. Generally, well done. Team MDI, the Team MDI is working on the Karambunda project, the education project. And you have also clearly outlined, can you help me with this? I have a lot of papers. Yeah, thank you. All right. You've clearly outlined the problem actually at hand that you want to address. So your problem statement was very good. You've done your solution, like what exactly you want to bring in as a solution. It was very clear. We call it business idea when you come to my life. Huh? So you've also done a market research, and your model was very clear. Like you saw everybody how much, in fact, your action was going to cost. So if I had money and I'm interested in participating in this idea, I was going to know exactly how much, I can actually, how much percentage I can actually contribute in. The sustainability plan was also clear. Like you highlighted that you have printer and where revenue can be generated. You had a team very clearly outlined. That was very good. How do you want us to contact you? Like, let's say there was someone who was interested. Like, this is generally all of you. That person was not going to be able to contact a team that they may be interested in their idea. So what you can do in your pitch deck, make sure every slide just put down or up your contact details. So as you scroll going, anybody who is interested in any project, they can actually just contact you after here. That is on the partnership and raising funds. You've also identified another important thing. You identified all the legal aspects. This is a country that is democratic. You cannot operate here without having legal, you need to engage your line ministry. And you've highlighted your line ministry with EFANET. And we all know EFANET is also into the country. So that's actually partnership. Well done. However, you can also look more into details regarding the sustainability or the risk plan. It is actually good, but you can actually extend it. So Gambia College is working on Mbama care, right? That's the maternal health mortality. A burning issue that is affecting the entire country and also on undeveloped countries. So generally also your problem statement was clear. The solution was also very clear. Well done. However, you have not also highlighted your revenue models, your financial model. How are you going to finance this important project that you have? And when you leave, what is your exit strategy? So we would like to actually see this, like you people work on this. You can actually ask help from experts, from anybody. I think Social Change Factory is actually providing that. So there was also a lot of focus on the agriculture when you already presented and told us that you want to handle maternal health mortality. So to an extent, we thought that you were doing more of food systems, but you actually said that you're doing more. So try to balance all your aspects of intervention. These are called thematic areas when you're doing that. So please pay attention to that. Thank you. Gambia College. Now that takes us to said, right? You said. We had GTTI, but the presentation was you said. So you said, yes, you also, your problem statement was actually very well articulated. It was very clear. Your solution was very clear. Like C has mentioned, C said development. So since I'm from the entrepreneurship world, we call it market research. What C mentioned, that is called market research. So it's the same thing, using different name in different walks of life. So the market research is also critically very important, because sometimes you build a product or a service, you build a project, and then you take it to the community because it's your own idea. People don't like it, they reject it. Like they would call, Sona, permit me, they can say, Sona la project too. So when the project is finished, nobody is actually taking ownership of the project. It's because they don't see themselves in it. They are not taking ownership. So it was very good that you did the market research, otherwise called community consultation, and you had announced it in your page. We had a lot of notes, please bear with us. And we could clearly see that you've mentioned your partners, like who your partners are. This is also very important. However, the revenue and financial model wasn't clear. At least we could not see it, even if you had it. And like we have mentioned previously with one team or two teams, this is going to affect your risk mitigation strategy. Because then if anything happens, like you're not there, or who is going to invest in it? Like people can generally think, or investors and donors can generally think that you have funds, 100%. So you don't need funds. And in development or social entrepreneurship, there is no enough fund because the problems keep emerging. I mean, we are human beings, and people will continue to give birth, and a lot of people will need support here and there. So it's very important that you work on your financial model. The sustainability, of course, is lacking because you didn't have a revenue model. That was clear. Therefore, there is no exit plan. At least we could not see it. So we would say there is evidence of work done. There is evidence because we could see from the interviews that some of the beneficiaries or sub-beneficiaries mentioning that the school academic year was resumed with 0 pregnancies. So really that is an impact that one can actually count on. And then we have, my apologies, that's IOU. Yes, so that's IOU. The comments on the partners being clearly stated, and the financial revenue model, the sustainability plan, no exit plan, and the evidence of work with the child pregnancy, 0 child pregnancy. That is really remarkable, honestly. That's IOU. And then you said, okay, so you said the solution is clear. The problem statement also is very clear. There is evidence that you guys have done a market research. So that was really very good. Like, you have actually consulted with the community and checked on data. It was very important that you also highlighted your subline ministry, which is the NANA. That is very key. When you're doing development work or social entrepreneurship, you need to get key stakeholders actually informed and part of the whole activity if you want it sustainable. There is the legal aspect. Yes, so the revenue and maternal health, okay, that you have done some revenue models. You just need to improve on it, but we can actually see that you did some revenue models. You just need to improve on that. So generally,
that's the comment we have.
Yes, that's the comment we have, and we're saying well done to everyone. Your projects are amazing. Like, nobody can actually ignore them. Yeah. Okay, so we go to the
moment of truth. The big day.
Yes, just as we keep saying, you can't do narrative without numbers, right? You can't do it without financial. So we come to the number. Oh, should I wait? No, it's okay. Okay. Hush. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. You're a lifesaver. Thank you. So Aisha, do you have any other additional comment to say before we end?
No, I think basically that's the general comment, except that we have to commend them for the works that they've done in the communities, because it's not really easy going to the community, struggling with everything that is there, and then coming here to present to us here. So we need to have commend them for the works that they've done, and any marks given to them here doesn't identify them as losers. It's just a mark. But what they have done to the communities is really wonderful. So they need to go home enjoying and celebrating that they did something and change a life. That's basically the comment we have to give them right now.
Thank you very much, Aisha. And of course, that's very true. So I'm going to say also again and again and again, well done. Your project's really amazing. So I'm going to call the numbers, and I'll start from down, yeah? Okay, so.
It's just a number. It's just a number. Everyone is a winner.
Exactly, everyone is a winner. And what it means is that you have to work harder to climb, you know, to get to add up to the number again next trip, right?
Trip,
when
yes.
we go for Emani. Okay, so I have 64 for IOU. A round of applause, please. 64 for IOU. Fantanko, right? Fantanko project.
Yeah,
or
they did well.
intervention. Yes.
They did well.
They did very well. Congratulations. Okay, yes. Somebody called my name? No. I should be fast. Okay, so we have number 4, right? Gambia College. 60.
Gambia College.
No, you see? Gambia College got 60.6.
Yes.
Yes. So Gambia College 60.6. Mbama Care Package.
You also did well.
60.6. Yes, very well. They did very well. So I think I'll just continue mixing it all, and then I'll say the final highest mark. Okay, then we have Cora Water Project, UTG 63. A round of applause for UTG.
You did well, UTG.
Yes, very well, very well. So it's like we have 2 more, huh? Well, we haven't called their marks. Okay, so,
like we said, it's just a number.
It's just a number.
Everyone is a winner.
Exactly. So we have GTTI, sorry.
You said, yeah.
You said. So I should kill GTTI, right? Okay, you said. You said Fedebe Dare, 77 points. Well done. Yes, 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 yes. And I guess you guys all know who carries the highest mark by now, right? Yes, who did we not call? Oh. Congratulations, the heartfelt to MDI. I mean, if you had listened to our comments, you will realize that really MDI had touched on all, and it was really amazing.
They don't need a number again. They don't need a number. They don't need a number because they don't wait for the number.
So you scored 80%. Congratulations. That was really amazing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from our judges, and it seems that the results have already been answered. But I said earlier on, this competition, everyone is a winner. And as they said, this is just the beginning. This just means that the teams need to go back to their various fields and continue to do more and more and more. At this juncture, we'd like to appreciate our partners, the Embassy of France. We'd like to appreciate the National Youth Council. We want to say thank you to all of you for coming, to parents, to friends, to trainers that partnered with us, to all the team members for coming here today, to watch the participants, pitch their projects to the judges. But the interesting part is, we'll be back again. It does not stop here. We'll be back in December. And when we're here in December, we will know who is who. My name is Andy Kema, and you're watching Voice of the Youth, brought to you by Social Change Factory. Till later on, it's over and out. Bye-bye.